everyone. Welcome back. My name is Stephanie Baldivia. I'm the Equity and Outreach Librarian here at Chico State, and we're in the podcast studio on the second floor of the library. I'm here with my two friends. Please, ladies, introduce yourselves and tell the people, what is your favorite vegetable?
Hi, everybody. My name is Michelle Masudo, and I am the librarian for the College of Natural Sciences and the College of Agriculture. And this is a great question. As the College of Ag librarian, my favorite vegetable is the mighty eggplant. The mighty eggplant.
Juicy. I love it. Okay, Pam.
Hi, I am Pam Kruger, and I'm the Institutional Repository Librarian. And I'm going to say my favorite vegetable, and perhaps flower, is the artichoke.
Very nice.
So beautiful. And it's a good chip, right?
It is. It's versatile.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I have heard a lot of talk amongst the faculty here at the library about open access publishing. And I am wondering if you could tell the people what open access publishing is, Pam.
So open access publishing basically refers to that publications, scholarly works, are not behind a paywall. So that's what open means, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then access, that's what we do in librarians, is we create access to these materials. That's our jam. So what happens is the library subscribes to a lot of databases, and we pay money for those databases. And so because of that, they're behind paywalls. So our students have access to that because they pay for them with their fees while they're here. But when they move on, they don't have access to those materials anymore.
Yeah.
And so by publishing open access, that means the students can, anybody really in the world can access these materials because they're no longer behind a paywall. And then we have these agreements with these publishers that covers what's often called an article processing charge. And that is the money's got to come from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So the publishers, instead of us paying for, or instead of paying for the databases, oftentimes they'll charge the author an article processing charge so that it's not behind a paywall. But with these agreements that we have, that we're going to talk about, it's part of the agreement the CSUs or the library has made with these publishers, so they're not behind a paywall.
Okay, so there is a new agreement that has kind of sparked the impetus for this conversation with the publication of Oxford University Press. So Michelle, share with the people what is the gist of this new agreement.
So this is a really exciting piece, actually. Back in February of this year, 20 of the 23 CSUs signed an agreement with Oxford University Press so that faculty can publish their articles as open access with no article processing charge, or that APC that Pam was talking about.
Magic.
And like, why is this really important? I mean, besides the fact that you don't have to pay, publishing open access really maximizes the visibility and the impact of your research, right? And just with Oxford University Press alone, you would have a 60% higher download or view rate for your articles,
right,
and a 43% higher citation count. So you're really getting your the impact of your work out there. Not only were those metrics that I just talked about significant, but there are more than 500 journals that are present within this new agreement that we have with Oxford University Press.
So that is like across the discipline.
Across the disciplines, that's correct.
Spectacular. So I know why this is rad, but explain to the people, why is this rad?
Well, a great reason to publish open access is that it increases the visibility of your work. Just like what Michelle said, it's not behind a paywall, so you can reach more researchers. You can also get your research into the hands of researchers who may be at institutions that are not as well funded and don't have access to the databases like we do. So this makes great worldwide impact. And that those article processing charges can cost thousands of dollars. And sometimes they can be covered by a grant that you've included that in your research, but sometimes that is not the case. So it's great that these agreements allow for coverage of that. And so we have 3 other open access, what they're called transformative agreements with other publishers. One is with American Chemical Society. where we have already published 2 articles from Chico State authors.
Bravo! That's wonderful.
Yes, and then also Elsevier, that is another huge publisher, a lot of science, and there we have 29 publications.
Bravo!
That are Chico State publications that are open access through this agreement.
Okay.
We have another newer one, the Company of Biologists. And that is, it's just several journals. It's not as large, so hopefully we can have some with that too. We
Okay.
have our own open access repository that is ScholarWorks, and that is where we publish our campus scholarship, theses, projects, other types of campus scholarship, and that is also an open access repository, not behind a paywall.
Rad. Okay, so if people have questions, who do they contact?
Us, subject librarians.
All of us.
Yep.
Contact your subject librarian. If you don't know who your subject librarian is, reach out and we will connect you with them. Yeah, we are happy to walk you through this process because I think it's a great way to get your work out there. So just to wrap up, open access is a great strategy to share your scholarship, and it just got a lot less expensive if you were interested in this process. Oxford University Press has this new agreement for scholars with a wide variety of journals. And if you have questions, reach out to your subject librarian. There will also be a research guide in the show notes of this video. Okay, everybody. Well, thanks for being here and helping me
Stephanie.
out explaining all these things. And we'll see you in the library. Bye.
Bye.